I'm still waiting for fans to join. This is Gachie Skyman TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. Karibuni, karibuni. For those of you who are watching us in Kenya, from various parts of the country, please let me know where you're watching us from. Karibuni, karibuni. Nyote mmekaribishwa. Please register your presence. Once you join, please register your presence and let's be together. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your host, Gachie Skyman. Karibuni, karibuni. Guys, karibuni. Please register your presence by liking your video. I want us to have an interactive session whereby we are going to look at a number of things. Today, UHURU Kenyatta met the Chinese ambassador. He met the Chinese ambassador, and you know very well that just last week he had met the American ambassador and the British High Commissioner. Karibu Luce, Luce, karibu, asante sana. So why is UHURU Kenyatta meeting ambassadors? Today he met the Chinese ambassador, and this was something that was very, very interesting. Because as you can remember, ladies and gentlemen, UHURU Kenyatta just last week had also met the British High Commissioner and American ambassador. And now when he meets these ambassadors now, because these things cannot just happen by coincidence, there must be something. What is UHURU Kenyatta after? Or do you think that these ambassadors are the ones who are looking for UHURU Kenyatta? Because things don't just happen by coincidence. Unafikiri ni mambo gani ambayo yanaendelea? Tuambie that today William Samoei, no, sorry for that, UHURU Kenyatta met the Chinese ambassador. Last week he had met the American ambassador and the British High Commissioner. The question that we are asking here, karibu umesema mko AZIMA, tuko AZIMA kabisa. The question that we are asking, what is happening here? Ateru wa Akolo, following live from Kingdom of Bahrain, Manama. Karibu, karibu, karibu. Asante sana. And it is important that we register our presence and we say where we are. So the question that we are asking this evening, is it that UHURU Kenyatta is interested with these ambassadors? Or ama ni wao wanaenda kumtafuta? What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Because things cannot just happen like this. A toad will not run in the daytime for nothing. When you see a toad running in the daytime, something is after its life. So what is happening, ladies here and gentlemen? What do you think was the agenda here? Kwamba ama ni wao wanaenda kumtafuta, na kama wanamtafuta, why are they looking for UHURU Kenyatta? Because according to me, these meetings are planned. The ambassadors who have met him so far are from what I would call superpowers. America is a superpower from all angles. British, also another superpower. And now the China. So when you have these ambassadors meeting the former president, then something is cooking. So Kenyans are asking, what is cooking? Is our country stable? What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? And why are they not meeting William Samoei Ruto? Why are they not meeting Raila Amolo Odinga? Why only the former president? What could be the agenda of these meetings? According to me, there could be a number of reasons why these ambassadors are meeting UHURU Kenyatta. For one, when we look at America, America is just a matter of interest. Whatever America does kile kitu ambacho wanafanya it's for its own benefit, kwamba when you see a white man there and you know that either she has a message to the former president or she is looking for American interest. But as Lucy is saying, Lucy is telling us, I think something is cooking. What do you think is cooking, Lucy? Maybe you can tell us. What do you think is cooking? Because the things are becoming too common, especially when now he met the Chinese ambassador. That is when I knew that something could be happening to this country. Maybe there are so many things that we don't know. What could be happening? What could be behind the scene? Because these things of meeting the ambassadors, normally, you know, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is somebody who is retired. He's a former president. And somebody was telling me, Josh, Ken, hi, aji, karibu, watu wajuane, watu wajuliane hali, asante sana, like the video, guys. So we are asking ourselves, why Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta met the Chinese ambassador. Last week, he had met American ambassador and the British High Commissioner. And these are from superpowers. And as Lucy is telling us, that something is cooking. I agree that something is cooking. But what is cooking? Please comment in the comment section. What do you think is making, what is motivating Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta to have these meetings with the ambassadors? Nothing but the truth. They are out of control. Do you think that they could be meeting because of the bipartisan report that was handed over to Raila Amolo Odinga and William Samoei Ruto? And Raila Amolo Odinga has not come out very clearly whether he is in support of this report. But Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, I understand he has rejected that report. Do you think this is why they are meeting to convince him to accept this report? Because we have also seen Mother Karua rejecting the same report. We have seen also Eugene Wamalwa still rejecting the same report. But Raila, it has not come out very clearly. Although he doesn't look like he is agreeing with everything here. Ukitazama vizuri sana utaona kwamba hajakataa kabisa. Like the videos, guys, and comments. Again, they could also be meeting. Maybe there's a handshake. Do you think Raila Amolo Odinga and William Samoei Ruto are likely to have a handshake? Do you think that these ambassadors want Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta to convince Raila Amolo Odinga to have a handshake with William Samoei Ruto? What do you think? Joseph, Ken, what do you think? Today, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta met the Chinese ambassador. Shortly after meeting the American ambassador and the British High Commissioner yesterday. And we are saying it is not by coincidence. This cannot just happen like that, because when you look at Uhuru meeting the Chinese ambassador, his name is Zhou Piajian, and the name of the American ambassador is Meg Whiteman, and the name of the British commissioner is Neil Wigan. By all standards, they cannot just meet by coincidence. There must be something. Something is cooking. Karibu Kabuga, the Americans and the British are the last people who should meet or even entertain. They betrayed this country out of their selfish interest. Let them leave us alone. That is a good comment, Kabuga, thank you. But why do you think they are meeting? What about the Chinese? Now, we agree that Kabuga is saying that the Chinese and the American have no business meeting Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. What about the Chinese, Kabuga? Maybe you can also comment. Wajiro, Waboy, we can't, they tell Ruto to step down. Kenya ni kubwa, kumshida. You see, what is happening is that many people, Wajiro, as you say, are disappointed with William Samoei Ruto. But do you think they can tell him to step down? Even if he stepped down, Wajiro, Rigathi Gachagua would take over unless the government is dissolved. If the deputy president is not there, the speaker of the National Assembly, that is now Moses Wetangula, will take over. G is saying, ukimwona mzungu karibu nawe, jua ameiona almasi. Ni kweli. Hata mwenda zake moja alikuwa anasema hivi, hawatupendi kamwe. But what about the Chinese? Now, because according to me, the Chinese were not involved with our elections. They did not participate in the rigging of our elections. But when you look at the British and the American embassy, it would always tell people to keep away from Kisumu. They would, even before the ruling was done by the Supreme Court, they knew that the Supreme Court would declare William Samoei Ruto the President of the Republic of Kenya, and for sure, the court did that. So the big question here, what about the Chinese? Could there be something to do with the laws that maybe Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta kuna madeni labda kama navyoambiwa, kuna madeni ambayo alikopa na labda Ruto anasema hatalipa, and if he says that he's not going to pay, that one cannot be legit. Ni jambo ambalo haliwezi kukubalika. Or do you think we are just about to fail to clear our debts? Stephen Gitahi, karibu, watching from Lodwar, Kenya. Asante sana. Lodwar, Kenya, ni karibu sana. Kenya ni moja jameni. So Stephen, here we are saying that Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta today met the Chinese ambassador. Last week he had met the British High Commissioner and the American ambassador. So the big question is, what is cooking? That's the question that we are asking. Lucy is saying, I think these meetings are in the interest of those countries to safeguard their interest in Kenya. I agree. Maybe we could see, maybe it is scrabble for Africa, scrabble for Kenya. You know, the fact that Kenya has so many resources, the fact that Kenya is politically stable, the fact that Kenya is in a strategic position, maybe, and as Lucy is telling us, maybe it's because of their own interest. I would agree with that, but there could be more than meets the eye, because when you look at it, these meetings are coming very closely. I remember the British High Commissioner met Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta on Wednesday last week. Then on, is it last day? On Friday, the American ambassador met Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And then today, Monday, Chinese ambassador met Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. So when you look at it, you see it is something that has been arranged. You see it is something that is programmed. Sio kitu ambacho kinatukia hivi. So, even if they are looking for their own interests, there could be more than that. There could be more than that. Kwa sababu hawezi ukatokea, because I believe if we are going to follow the trade, the next person you see are the German ambassadors, Italian ambassadors. Maybe these are the kind of people that you will see. Warenisi anasema kwa sababu vitu vimemraba Zakayo, wanamuomba Kamwana kusaidia. Is it possible? Inawezekana. SpaceX anauliza, the president is at the center of politics. These countries are actually, they feel that Ruto has lost it, yeah? They are looking into the possibility of change of power very soon, maybe 2027. 2027, it's going to happen. That one I can assure you. That one, from all angles, even William Samoei Ruto himself knows that he cannot win in 2027. That one, hilo tunajua. But why meet the former president now? And the other reason, Lucy is saying, everyone wants a piece of Kenya. Yeah, there's scrap for Kenya. So mnajua hata kuna mafuta Kenya. Na yale mafuta yalienda wapi? We don't talk about it anymore. Yale mafuta yatokana. Kuna wakati ambapo tuliona kisafirishwa kwa malori, and somebody said it was uneconomical. But why couldn't we now continue maybe discovering more oil? Kwa sababu nchi hii ina mafuta mengi mpaka kule baharini. By the way, even in the Indian Ocean we have oil, and that is why we were involved in the scrabble, in a dispute tukaenda mpaka ICC with the Somali government because of that oil. So somebody was saying that Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta could be maybe wanataka kumpatia an assignment maybe in the United Nations or in African Union. Somebody was suggesting that he can easily become the Secretary General of African Union. What do you think? And do you think that responsibility is good for him? Because these guys, when you see them, there's something that they are trying to convince him. They are trying to convince Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta to do something. And according to me, it could be an assignment. They want to assign him maybe a duty, kazi ambayo wanataka labda afanye, na inaweza kuwa ni labda, maybe according to me, that's my own opinion. Maybe he go and take, like now, you know, he can become the Secretary General of the United Nations. He can also become the Secretary General of the African Union. Because when you look at Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, from all angles, he's a good guy. But now, something very much related to this. Today, I'm saying again, today, Amluse is saying, is Uhuru still a peace envoy? I think he's still a peace envoy. But it looked like William Samoei Ruto was trying to interfere with his work. I remember there was a time they refused to facilitate him. I think instead of going with a number of people, wakapunguza idadi ya watu, I think Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta akakataa kwenda, something like that. So I think he's still a peace envoy, but the government is not very comfortable having Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta as a peace envoy. So very much related to that, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, listen very carefully, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and Raila Amolo Odinga today wearing similar shirts that have the same colors, met Kiambu Jubilee leaders. Imagine, Raila Amolo Odinga, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta were in Kiambu this evening and met Jubilee party leaders. I noted there was Pauline Njoroge was there, standing next to Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, very close, by the way, because I've noted Pauline is very close to Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. I also noted Mobingaru. Mobingaru works in Raila Amolo Odinga's office, the former mayor of Thika, very close, very loyal. And I also noted other people from Kiambu. And then there was Raila, and then there was Uhuru, wearing similar shirts. And then I asked myself, what is happening? From meeting the ambassadors, now meeting Jubilee together with Raila Amolo Odinga in Kiambu. Because from a reliable source, a friend of mine told me that the agenda of the Kiambu meeting was about strengthening the party. Raila Amolo Odinga wants all the affiliate party of AZIMA to hold elections and to be strengthened. Because a strong Jubilee is good for AZIMA. A strong ODM is good for AZIMA. And a strong DAP is also good for AZIMA. And even a strong NAC Kenya is good for AZIMA. And if you have been watching the politics of this country, you had noted one thing. Jubilee was in Mombasa, Lamu, just the other day. And is it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday they were in Lamu. And they told people that they are trying to revamp the party and they are going to have party officials right from the polling station all the way to the county headquarters. That is what Raila was telling them. That is not Raila, Jeremiah Kioni. And Murathe was there as the party vice chairman. And they were very clear that Jubilee must be strengthened. So today I was not surprised when I saw Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and Raila Amolo Odinga together. But what surprised me is that Raila was in Jubilee's meeting. Something else that surprised me is that they were wearing similar shirts. Are you surprised that they were wearing similar shirts? What message? Because by the way, politicians pass message in various ways. One, they may pass the message by the way they dress, the way they sit, and even their tone. For example, the fact that Pauline Njoroge was standing next to Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, that one tells you something. It tells you that these people are very close. And it tells you that Pauline Njoroge has the support of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And these are people who communicate quite often. Yeah, she knows who to talk to. She is telling us, that's the message. The shirts that were worn by Raila Amolo Odinga today in Kiambu, that the fact that they were similar with that of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and Raila Amolo Odinga, the fact that the shirts were similar, they are telling you, tuko pamoja. We are still together. That is the message. Hatuachani. Hatuachani. Just like you remember when in 2013, when Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and William Samoei Ruto, when they were naming the first cabinet, they were wearing similar shirts. I remember the shirts were white and they had red ties. So they were telling us that they have a good chemistry. They were telling us they were working together. They were telling us wako pamoja. So the message by the similar shirt of Raila Amolo Odinga and Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is something that they are passing the message that they are together, wako pamoja. But what about Raila Amolo Odinga attending Jubilee meeting? And of all places, Kiambu. Kiambu is the home county of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. So that one even should also pass a message to us. Lucy is saying they better stick together until 2027. I think they're going to stick together. I hope these people hawataachana vile ambavyo wanatuonyesha. The fact that the meeting was in Kiambu County, the home county of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, is also significant in my view. The message is charity begins at home. That is the message. The message is Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta will finally come out. Hatakaa nini, and I expect one thing from this meeting. Kesho mtasikia vile Gishongo atasema, mtasikia vile Dede Nyoro atasema. Kesho expect fireworks, because what Uhuru did, and it was deliberate. He came out together with Raila Amolo Odinga wakiwa pamoja, and Raila ensured that he attended Jubilee meeting. Charles is saying, #1 podcast, very informative and insightful. I'm humbled. Thank you very much. Like this video, kindly comment, continue commenting, and I'm very, very happy the way we are interacting. So the fact that Raila they decided to attend Jubilee meeting in Kiambu is very significant in my view, because I believe this meeting is meant to achieve certain objectives. Number one, it is meant to annoy William Samoei Ruto and UDA. And I'm telling you, wait tomorrow, utaona. I'm telling you, from tomorrow, Ishongwa, Dede Nyoro, and even Ruto will come out criticizing Raila Amolo Odinga and Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Hawatalala. I'm telling you, they will not sleep. They will not sleep. Yale majina mtasikia sijui na the threats ambazo mtasikia, because these leaders have been very vengeful. Very, very vengeful if you don't know. And they don't mean well. That is something that we know. They don't mean well for this country. Because what we have seen these guys trying to enrich themselves. So I want you to look at the connection between Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta meeting the envoys, American ambassador, British High Commissioner, and now today, Chinese ambassador, and then from there, attending Jubilee meeting in Kiambu. What do you think? You see, there's some message that is being passed here. And I'm saying the main objective of this meeting was to deliberately annoy the government. And now I know what you do tomorrow. The first thing that you see in the morning, or during the akina Gachagua utawaona kesho. the first thing that you hear them is criticizing Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, criticizing Raila Amolo Odinga. Sijui former president ametokea ameanza kuongea Raila Amolo Odinga na Raila na Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta wanavaa mashati ambayo yanafanana. Yes, because they are supposed to be active. They are supposed to be active. It is their work to keep the government on its toes. So that meeting in Kiambu is coming at a time when this country is crying for leadership. That meeting in Kiambu is coming at a time when Jubilee is revamping. When it is coming at a time when ODM is registering new members. So when you look at AZIMA, AZIMA is coming out very strongly. When you look at AZIMA, AZIMA is trying to revamp itself. And it will come out in a very strong way, because I remember even Mother Karua said that even Kenya is going to revamp itself. It's going to continue the registration. And before William Samoei Ruto knows, he will have lost the presidency. I think what they are doing is to